Welcome back to Swiss 400, where today I have the NG models December 2025 releases for you to look at. In this video I will go over every model from this month release and I'll give you my opinion on whether I think this will be a good model, whether you should consider buying it or maybe wait for the same model to be released from another brand. Without further ado, let's get into it. The first two models from this month's release are both Boeing 777-300ERs from Korean Air in their brand new livery. Now, this brand new livery 777 have also been announced by Aviation 400, Phoenix and JC Wings. Now, if NG Models uses their updated 777-300ER mold, which I really hope they do, this will be an amazing model because their 777 nowadays are pretty good. However, the JC Wings, when that one finally arrives, will also be very nice, as well as the Aviation 400. Only the Phoenix mold is a bit outdated, the rest is really good. Personally, I would get the Aviation 400 one because that one has the detachable landing gear as well, but the NG models right here is also a very good option. Staying with Korean Airlines in the new livery, we have a 787-9. This also has been announced by Aviation 400 and has been released by Phoenix. In terms of quality, the Phoenix will probably be the weakest, with the Aviation 400 being the most unique, once again with detachable landing gear, and the NG models will probably be the most detailed one. So yeah, I would go either with the NG or Aviation 400 one. The Phoenix I would probably not recommend. Finishing off the Korean Air new livery models for this month, we have two 737-900ERs, both with a different registration, of course. Yeah, there is also a Phoenix version once again, but I wouldn't recommend that one. The Phoenix 737 is not that good. Ajax Models also has released the 737-900 in the new Korean livery. Even with the flaps down variant, I will be picking that model up instead to review it because it's very interesting. But in general, looking at the pictures, the NG models will definitely be your best option. So if you're in a market for a Korean 737-900, you should definitely go with the NG models one. Next up, we have Qatar Airways with three 777-300ERs. First up, we have the Champions League livery. Now, this is another model that has been made by a few other brands, being Aviation 400. They announced it, JC Wings have announced it, and Phoenix has already made it. So yeah, it's the same story with the other ones. Aviation 400 detachable landing gear, the other two brands are decent as well. A bit more unique is the Paris Saint-Germain livery. That one has not been made in 400 scale yet and will be a very nice model from the looks of it. So yeah, if you want that model, the NG models is the first one to release it, and it will probably also be one of the best. Lastly, we also have a 777-300ER in the regular Qatar Airways liveries. Once again, it is not a unique model, it has been made by other manufacturers in the scale before, but the NG models for sure will be a good choice if you don't have it in your collection yet. And now for the part of this release that really excites me. You see it in the name, Swiss 400. I am from Switzerland. I do collect Swiss International Airlines models, so I'm naturally very excited for this Swiss A350-900. Firstly, we have the regular livery. It comes in a standard release and a Ultimate Collector series. That one just has a bit of nicer packaging plus a metal stand if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, that's the one I will be picking up. Then of course we also have the first A350 delivered to Swiss in the special Wanderlust livery. This livery has a bit of different cities and regions of Switzerland painted on the fuselage. So yeah, it is a pretty cool release, but I will be waiting for the Aviation 400 one with the detachable landing gear, just so I have a bit of diversity between the NG models and Aviation 400 A350s. Then we have a Hainan A330-900. I assume they just got the A330-900 because there is only one other model announced in the scale. That one is by Aviation 400. The exact same registration announced a month ago. Yeah, I don't know a lot about the Aviation 400 one. I know that the NG Models version will be amazing, so I would probably recommend you go with the NG Models version if you want to pick up this model. The next two models will also be pretty cool in my opinion. They're both KLM 787-9s, one in the updated livery, just the blue that comes down a bit further on the nose. And then we have the same model but without the crown on the tail. Please let me know down below in the comments if you know why that is. I believe it has to do with this being a KLM Asia and they're not allowed to put the crown on there for some reason. But correct me if I'm wrong on that. Anyway, this will be an amazing model. Both of them will be amazing models. NG Models makes great 787s and especially in the KLM livery they look great. Up next we have another Boeing 777-300ER, this time from China Southern Airlines in the WorldSkills livery. Now this is a bit of a weird release. We have a normal version and a Ultimate Collection version. And yeah, it has been released basically by every other manufacturer, Aviation 400, Phoenix and JC Wings. All of them are pretty good except maybe for the Phoenix, who's getting a bit old nowadays. Anyway, the NG models will be amazing as well. So yeah, if you did not manage to pick up one of the other models and still want one, yeah, the NG models will do the job. Of course, we will also get some 777s in the regular China Southern livery. I mean, yeah, it is a pretty basic model, has been made by other brands as well, including Aviation 400 earlier this year. Once again, I prefer the detachable landing gear from the Aviation 400, but it's up to you. The NG models is a little bit more detailed in some areas, so yeah, it's up to you. If you want to get the model, go for it. It's not a bad model at all. The next model from the release is another one I might pick up myself. It is a Boeing 737 MAX 10 in the house colors. This is actually the first time a 737 MAX 10 in the house colors is being released in 1:400 scale. It will look amazing as all 737s from NG models do, so if you collect Boeing house colors and you want to get this model, I would absolutely recommend you to get this. I don't think there's gonna be a better version anytime soon. For our next A350-900 of the month, we have this China Airlines in the special carbon livery. This actually looks pretty cool. I like this livery. And it has been produced by other manufacturers in the scale. In fact, it has been made by Aviation 400 all the way back in 2018. We have some JC Wings versions, Phoenix and also Aeropolaris, who have just released this model earlier this year. I would tend to go with the NG Models one. Their A350 is very good. The other models from JC and Aviation 400 are a bit older. They're already a few years back, and the Aeropolaris will be great, but probably pretty hard to find. So yeah, either the Aeropolaris or the NG Models. The NG Models will be easier to find, so if you want this model, I'd recommend the NG Models over the other brands. Then we have not one but three Airbus A350-1000 from British Airways, all with a different registration of course. This model also has of course been made by other manufacturers before, including Phoenix, Gemini Jets and also Aviation 400. But I actually think that the NG models right here is probably gonna be the best one of the bunch. So if you wanna get a British Airways A350-1000, here you go, 3 different registrations, which I think is great. It's pretty cool that you get to choose between different registrations. Anyway, great model. Moving on. This Air Greenland Airbus A330-800 is pretty exciting. I really like the livery, it's so nice and colorful, it really strikes you, the red. Now in terms of previous releases, we also got this model from Phoenix and JC Wings. I probably would not recommend the JC Wings, their A330-800 is not that good. The Phoenix is a bit better in my opinion, but it seems like they didn't quite get the color correct, so this NG Models version is definitely the one to go for if you're interested in this model. Up next we have some more triplets, this time in the form of a Singapore Airlines A350-900. The first one of the three is actually a 900 ULR, ultra long range, the first one being delivered to Singapore Airlines, with the other two just being regular A350-900s if I'm not mistaken. The models will absolutely turn out to be great, no doubt about that. So if you have not picked up one from another brand, then I can absolutely recommend you this offering from NG Models. On to the last model I will cover in a bit more detail. Here we have a Cathay Pacific A350-900. This is not very exciting to me because NG Models themselves just last year have released a few of these, and also other brands, JC Wings, Aviation 400, have all made their Cathay Pacifics A350-900, so really there is no need for another one. Anyway though, if you for some reason want one of these and have not picked it up yet, the NG Models one of course will be great. But yeah, still wish we would have gotten another more interesting model instead. Now the rest of the releases are just some Chinese airlines and aircraft. I will just leave them in the background right there without telling you much more about them, because personally I do not have any idea, and I also do not have a lot of Chinese viewers who might be interested in this model. In terms of this month's releases, I have to say it is not too bad actually. I really like that we get some Swiss, some British, even the Cathay Pacific and Singapore Airlines, even though they're a bit basic, they're still great airlines to get. The Air Greenland is also another highlight, the Boeing House Color 737. But yeah, I really wish we would have gotten some North American airlines as well, but it seems like NG Models have no interest at all in producing any North American models at the moment, which is a real shame. Anyway, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know down below in the comments if you're gonna pick up any of the models, and please leave me a like if you enjoyed this video. It really helps me out on the channel. Yeah, thank you very much for watching. See you next time. Goodbye.